In this tutorial, we'll be reviewing groups. Now, groups are a way for you to kind of group a certain number of bots. Okay, it's kind of, think of it almost like a tag. As you start to get into bot marketing more and more, you're going to be creating lots and lots of different bots. Some of our accounts have over 300 bots in it. And in our list here, even though we have a way to search through bots, we can, sort them in different ways here through our columns. It can sometimes get a little bit unruly. So we've added a feature that allows you to basically group a bunch of bots together, okay, to make it easier to kind of find bots you might be looking for. So I'm going to go through just a kind of a quick example of that. It's very, very simple to use. But you're going to notice over here in the main navigation that we have something called Manage Groups. Now you're going to want to create your group first before you, obviously, before you can add any bots to that group. But I'm going to go ahead and add one here, and I'm just going to call it, let's just call it Sequence 1, or Main Sequence, something like that. However you'd like to name this bot. And what I'm going to do is, so I go ahead and create that. And now, once I go back over to chatbots, that filter is going to be available, okay? So right here I can kind of filter these bots, this list of bots, by a group, right? So obviously there are none in this one. I can go back to choose group and it will bring us back to the default and just display all of them here. Now, how you can add, there's really two ways that you can add a bot to a particular group that you've created. There's a button over here, it's Manage Groups, and you'll see that as you roll over it says Manage Groups. So for this particular bot, let's say I want to add this to my group of Main Sequence, okay? So I just simply select it, hit Save. Now I have that particular bot is in that grouping, okay, which is going to make it easier for filtering, okay, and that's really what groups are all about. It makes it a little bit easier for you to find a certain group of bots you may have used for a sequence, right? Maybe you had 6 or 7 bots in a sequence, and you have them named all differently, but you'd like to kind of keep them in a certain group. So if you ever need to come back and edit one of those bots, it's much easier to find, and I'll go ahead and add this one here as well. So it's going to be much easier for me to find that group of bots if I just go ahead and do that. And now I can go ahead and edit that bot as I see fit. Now, of course, you can also remove a bot from a group by using the same manage group button and just simply hit the X and save. And you'll notice now that that's gone. Now what I'm also going to do is you can have a bot in multiple groups. So let me just create a second group here. And I'm literally just going to call it Group 2. All right, and we'll go back over to our bots. And let's say I wanted to use this particular one here and it's used in multiple, in multiple groups, right? So I can have multiple groups. I just need to select them and save. And now they are in both groups. So if I filter, I can do that. Filter there, you can do that. Okay, so it just makes it a little bit easier to kind of organize your bots in a certain way. And like I said, one good example of that is maybe we do things where we run webinars, right? So we have maybe, 5 or 6 different bots for each webinar that we do. That way I could create a group, name it, whatever webinar it is that we're doing, I'll just give my group a name, and then I'll make sure that I put all those bots into that group so it's easy for me to go ahead and, just filter through my list of bots to make any edits that I want to do. Now, that is one way that you can add existing bots to a group. The other way you can do it is when you create a bot for the first time, and I'll just create this one here and I'll name it just Demo Bot. You can also add to a group here. Okay, so if I wanted to, let's go put this in Group 2, go ahead and save. And of course, I then can go ahead and build out my bot, okay, how I see fit. So I'll come back over here just to my list. And you'll notice Group 2, there it is. Okay, so or my new bot was, let's see, let's go ahead and filter that down. There it is right there, Demo Bot. Okay, so see how that makes that a lot easier? Notice it's not on the first view. Of course, I could expand this, look through it. Can always do a search for it as well, like that. But when I'm looking for a whole group of bots, this is your best bet and your best way to kind of organize all of your bots into a easily filterable group. Okay. If you have any questions, you can always hit us up at support@segmateapp.com.